Well, you guys have done it. This is turning into a Monster Hunter channel. Frick, I'm gonna have to turn this mug into a Monster Hunter mug, aren't I? Hiji Hunts. To my viewership that doesn't play Monster Hunter, what are you doing? Why aren't you playing this amazing game? Or so that's apparently what I'm gonna sound like. In all seriousness, there is going to be non-Monster Hunter content on this channel, but there's going to be probably a weekly Monster Hunter video in the style of this journal entry. So as I mentioned in my last Monster Hunter video, I'm going to be documenting my entire journey as a hunter through Monster Hunter World, and assuming I fall in love with this franchise and good things happen, maybe we'll go and do more stuff. But before we get started, I am now 2 days away from diving into Monster Hunter World for the first time, and I want to kind of set the stage of where my expectations are. So it's been about a couple days since the last video came out. I've gotten a lot of feedback from the community. Thank you so much to everyone, by the way. I've gotten a lot of support, and you guys have given me a lot of excitement because now I found out a lot of you are excited to see me go on my Monster Hunter journey, which makes me more excited. And this is what I'm going into this franchise now. This is journal entry 0. These are the expectations that I'm going in. So let's start off with the ground rules. I hear all of you, there's this amazing defender armor, and we're gonna go all in and we're gonna use that. No, I'm just kidding. So this defender armor, which apparently was added in to speed through Monster Hunter World to get to Iceborne, I think it's called, I will not be using that because the goal here is to experience Monster Hunter, give it a fair chance and experience as it was designed to be. So I'm not going to use I think it's called Defender. The Defender armor, or the Guardian armor, and the Defender weapons, I think that's what it's called. Not using those. I've also spent some time checking out, and I really hope I don't bastardize his name, Arik's channel. Sorry, Gaijin Hunter. I've only watched Arik's videos so far. And he had a good kind of overview of all the 14 weapons. I really like how he broke it down. So I think he had light, heavy, and technical, if I recall correctly. What I'm feeling looking at those, and on my first stream this Thursday, you guys are going to see, I'm probably going to spend the first hour beating on a stump, I'm told, to experiment with the weapons. But what I'm seeing from his video and from my playstyle is I'm really gravitating to the sword and shield because it seems very user-friendly, beginner-friendly. I like the fact that I can consume items without sheathing. That's a big plus to me as someone who has a lot to learn. The longsword looks attractive because he put it in the light category, but to me it looked very sluggish, and I'm like, all right, if I master this seems to be like, this is considered light, and to me that looks very technical, and if I pull off combos and land my hits with that thing, I think I will be satisfied with that. So I might try longsword for a bit, experiment. And in the heavy, I really don't think I want to touch heavy weapons, just because one of my big complaints from the whole thing that launched me on this Monster Hunter journey was that the game felt sluggish. So I'm not going to go out of my way to make it even more sluggish with heavy weapons. Though I have to say, the great swords, if I have to try any of them, I think the great sword is the most tempting, because if I can get around to swinging that massive thing and killing a monster, I think that's like instant, what do you call that thing? The instant dopamine right there. And then there's the technical weapons, which look really cool, which I understand I think are Ark's favorite weapons, but those look so unappealing to me as a noob. Like there's some crazy stuff going on there, like the insect glaive, the one that turns into an axe and stuff. I want to eventually play that, but because it's my first, let's stay on the bunny hill and only touch the small, easy weapons. So most likely sword and shield. I'm going to try longsword. I'm going to try great sword. Melee, no, sorry, the ranged weapons, honestly, they look appealing to me because it looks easy, but that doesn't look rewarding. I don't want to be kiting monsters from afar and just landing shots on them. I want to get in on these monsters. I want to get in their faces, and I want to mess them up. So we're probably going to stick to a melee weapon. With all of that in mind, my mindset going into this, because I've tried the demo, I've tried a Wii game, but the fact that all of you, like most of you, have said that is the natural progression. You don't like the game until you like the game, which is weird to me. Why did you guys ever play this if you didn't like it at first? Just weird. So my mindset going into this is I'm not going to like it right away. And I know that I'm not gonna like it because I have a lot to learn, and I understand that there's learning, a whole learning curve. So I'm going into the stream. There's all of you that's gonna be there, that's gonna support, and that's gonna be really encouraging and thrilling to talk and discover things with all of you. But I know that the gameplay is gonna have a learning curve for me. I have to adapt to it. So day one, it's gonna be, let's figure out the combos, let's figure out my weapons, and maybe then let's go out, let's try to kill a few monsters, and I expect fully I'm gonna die. Another question that came up a lot in the comments from the last video was, am I gonna do Iceborne? Am I gonna do the DLC? And just because I am so green to this franchise, I'm only gonna commit to Monster Hunter World and getting to rolling the credits. My hope is that I will have a change of heart and that I will actually enjoy this series, because I see all of you loving it. I'm like, I want to love that too. I want to love it like that. I want to love that just like that. So assuming we have a good successful arc, I will probably go into the additionally whatever the post-game stuff, and I will probably want to get Iceborne, and I will probably get into Monster Hunter Rise. And this is how you guys take over my life, let's be honest. Another question is, another thing that came up is people said, if you only play 4 hours a week, you're not going to get good. Like, it's going to take you forever. You're not going to get into it. And I hear you. I've played Hollow Knight, and I remember I was playing it once a week to platinum grind, and I would forget a lot of like the mechanics to fight a boss 1 week later. I only wanted to commit to once a week because I'm going into so much unknown. If this is really developing into something good, I might increase the streams to twice a week to maybe even 3 times a week max. So that's on the table, and that could happen. Another question that came up is, I know a lot of you are on the other side of the world, and the schedule from 8 p.m. to 12 or 11 to 12. So from 8 p.m. and I'm only doing 3 to 4 hours, that might not work. I will be downloading and uploading all of the streams to this YouTube channel as an unlisted video. There will be links probably in all of these journals to get you to that playlist if you're interested in watching when you're actually awake and not asleep. Also, the video on demand is also, the VODs are available on Twitch if you ever want to watch them there. But after that 30-day period, they're gone. So now they're going to be held here on YouTube if you guys care to watch that. Another question that came up is, what platform am I playing this on? So I'll be playing this on Steam, and I will be playing on a controller because I'm not a big fan of mouse and keyboard, and I just love the feeling of a controller. So we're going to be playing with an Xbox Elite controller. And other questions were a lot of you asking if you could help me out and if you could join me on this journey, like actually play with me in the game. I don't know how this game works, so I can't answer that, and it seems like there might be quite a few of you. Short answer is yes, I am open to playing with all of you. However, we can organize that, and if you guys have ideas on how to organize that, please let me know. But also on the flip side, I do not want to be carried. So if we do end up playing together, just, don't come in with some OP armor and weapons and carry me through the game, because the goal here is to really experience the whole thing. And so whatever makes sense for that to play together and still get the Monster Hunter experience, that's all good. Now, I ran out of notes and there was still something I want to cover. Oh, the production. So another thing is this entire thing, I like to kind of theme my streams and stuff, and I have a little bit of a production background. So I want to see, like, how can we do some more fun stuff with this journey. So one thing I'm going to be adding to the stream is we're going to have some counters. Actually, I don't think hang on, did I have the notes up? I do have the notes up. So a few things just for fun. We're going to count how many monsters I've slayed throughout this journey. We're only counting the big monsters, not the garbage stuff. We're going to be counting how many monsters captured, and this was all recommended to me by the community. We're going to be counting how many failed quests I have. That's going to be a high count. We're going to be counting how many times I've forgotten to eat. Apparently eating is important in this game. I don't know. How many times I've fainted, and apparently the handler is really cringy or something. So I think we're counting how many cringe moments the handler has. So all these things we're going to be counting. That's just going to be another element of fun. I've gotten some really unique emotes for the stream. I don't know if I can put them up now, but these were commissioned by a member of the community, and we're going to have those emotes available during the streams. There's a few other surprises. I've worked on some stuff that you guys are going to see when we stream on Thursday. But overall, going into this, I'm excited. I don't know what to expect on Thursday, but I think we're going to have a lot of fun together. And I'm just so excited to get this journey started. And if you're kind of new to this This is going to be a journal entry as we progress from noob to hunter. And I'm just going to document my whole way to Monster Hunter through Monster Hunter World. And if you don't care about any of that, I'm still going to be reviewing non-Monster Hunter stuff on this channel. So welcome along for the ride. Glad to have you all here. We're off to a great start in 2021, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun. So I'll see you Thursday night, 8 p.m. on twitch.tv/HeyJayOfficial. And until then, keep it classy.